What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hummus Tech, and today I want to show you guys here the Honor Magic V3, a phone that I'm always very excited to check out every year because Honor is always trying to innovate themselves when it comes to their foldable phones here. So in today's video, what we're going to do is of course go through the main key specs and features over here before you make your purchase decision. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to start off here with an unboxing side of things here. Normally I just show you what we have in terms of the contents, but because the box looks so nice, and this is what you can actually get it if you buy it in stores, we're going to see what we have inside the box. So over here, you just open this baby up here, and straight away you're greeted with the phone. It does come with some warnings over here in case if you have not used any foldable phones in your life and you want to use it for the first time. They just give you some kind of advice over here. We're going to put this on the side and see what we have right off the box first. So here it's very heavy, very nice, but it's all just pretty empty inside. Really nice, thick, I would say. And of course we would have the SIM ejector tool here. We have the nice clear, nice phone case here. So we're just going to peel this off. So there we have it. We have a very nice black phone case. It's looking all really cool. It does have a very cool design. So you do have a ring, I would say here, which you are able to prop up. And this is really awesome because you don't have to purposely go out and buy a phone case with a ring. You can use it as a stand here. Really cool, which we are going to test out in a little bit. It does have a nice texture to it as well. Nice leathery touch to it. All looking really good. So that's what you're gonna get. Nothing inside this. Here we have the Honor supercharger over here, 66 watts. Again, really nice. Put it onto these sides here. And this is where your cable would be, your USB-A to USB-C cable. Very nice and simple over here. So now we're going to check out what is the main important thing here, which is of course the Honor Magic V3. So this is the phone. You can peel it off or you want to slide it off. Up to you guys. They show you where's all the magnets on this. So it gives you a brief overview of how the phone's mechanism is. And this is the phone. So I've already set up this phone and I got to say it just looks really good. And I just give me a little bit of moment here just to turn this on, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here we are ready to go, and as you can see here, this is the unfolded side of things, and this is the so-called the cover display or the clamshell display, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see here, definitely the camera layout has had a good makeover compared to last year's V2. Depending on what you like, I really like this design here as well. It does give you some nice finger support. So overall, it looks really nice. And of course, the main thing when it comes to the Honor Magic V series is of course the size of the phone. So over here, when you're looking at it, it is very slim. And here is the Honor 200 Pro in comparison over here. So you can see that it is definitely thinner compared to the 200 Pro. And I'm going to bring out my Magic 6 Pro here as well, another big flagship phone. As you can see there, it is definitely smaller in terms of the size of it. And of course, if we just close it up, you can see that the size of it is very comparable, and maybe even smaller compared to the to the Magic 6 Pro that we have here. And of course, if we put it up against the Honor 200 Pro as well, it's about the same size. And I'm going to use the S24 Ultra here as a size comparison. So you can see that the size difference here is really not a lot. It does feel like one hand, like a one phone in your hand, but it does have two phones as a function. And of course, that is of course really cool. So one more thing that I want to talk about here is of course the build and design that we have here. So in terms of the changes they've made over here, this phone finally does have an IPX8 rating over here, which is really awesome, because now we can use it with some kind of assurance that this would give us a little bit of protection to the water and dust all around. So that is of course one thing that I do appreciate over here. And of course, in terms of the weight, they've made it actually lighter compared to last year's phone, so definitely it feels more comfortable in your hand. Last year it came in about 230 grams, now it's at about 226. So a 4 grams difference over here they managed to cut with upgraded internal hardware over here. And of course, when we do this, we do have the stylus support here. So you do have, if you buy the stylus pen, you can use it with this phone, which is of course really cool. And of course, if we want to talk about the display over here, we do have two displays, of course, obviously, with this kind of foldable phone. So when it comes to the large display over here, it is coming with a massive 7.92-inch display over here, which is really fun to play around with. When it comes to the cover display here, it does come with a nice 6.43-inch display. The outer one here does come with a nice OLED, 1 billion colors, 120 Hz, Dolby Vision support, 5000 nits, all the good stuff that you want in a flagship display. And of course, when it comes to the inside here as well, it does give you your LTPO AMOLED panel, 1 billion colors, also Dolby Vision, and a peak brightness of 1800 compared to the 1600 that we have had before. So that is of course really nice. And of course, they are not missing out when it comes to display of this phone over here. Of course, if we want to talk about the buttons over here, what I want to say here is, of course, the power button is located this side, which also acts as your scanner here. So it does give you your fingerprint unlock, and also it does come with the volume rockers on the sides here as well. So overall, this is really nice, and overall a very good sturdy material. Okay, and also one more thing I want to show you guys here is the phone case, how it actually looks. So we have these clip-ons over here, which you can remove these stickers here so that it will stick a little bit better. Otherwise, it will be a little bit loose on the sides here. And of course, you can slap on the back casing here. So, as I mentioned before, you can use it with the stand built in over here. Really awesome and handy. And of course, it does give you some protection to the cameras here as well, as you can see from this. So overall, in terms of the size, it's really not much of a difference here. You still get a nice, good full-on display. Don't have to worry about it, and it still moves in really nice. Right, and of course, when it comes to the internal hardware over here, in terms of the upgrade, we do have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. Of course, you do have your RAM turbo feature as well, 12 gigs of RAM with a further 12 gigs. And in terms of storage over here, it can go up to 512 gigs of storage. And of course, when it comes to battery, it does have a pretty good upgrade over here. It does have a nice 5150 battery in terms compared to the 5000 that we got last year. And what's really cool about this is that this year it does support your wireless charging over here. So that is of course a good huge upgrade compared to last year's phone. And it does go up to 50 watts of wireless charging and a 66 watts on a supercharger over here, which of course is really fast. When it comes to the software settings, we do have the Magic OS 8.0 on top of Android 14. So that's really nice. And of course, it does come with a lot of AI features, which I'm really excited to check out. So they do have the parallel space feature, which you can use on both sides on this phone. Really cool. You do have your speech to text as well, and all this other cool stuff, which I will definitely talk about in my final review. And of course, this phone here, in terms of just how it looks and it performs, it's really fast, as you would expect with a powerful processor here in 2024. And of course, that's not to mention again, this phone, like I mentioned before, does have the side-mounted fingerprint scanner, works really fast and accurate. And of course, it does have your face unlock here as well, point it into your face. And of course, it does get the job done really nice. Okay, and of course, last but not least, let's talk about the cameras over here, which would get a little bit interesting. So it does have your selfie camera on the front cover display here. It does have your rear cameras, and also not to forget, it also does have an internal camera here as well. So in terms of the internal camera and also the cover selfie cameras here, it does have a nice 20 megapixel f2.2 sensor over here. And of course, if you go on to the rear cameras, it does have an upgrade compared to last year's V2. So you do have a nice triple camera setup here, starting with a 50 megapixel f1.6 sensor with dual autofocus and OIS, another periscope telephoto lens, 15 megapixel f3.0. It does have your dual autofocus OIS and 3.5 times of optical zoom. And lastly, we do have the 40 megapixel ultra wide lens f2.2, and it does give you 112 degrees field of view. And of course, this phone here can record up to 4K at 60 FPS with the rear cameras, and with the selfies here, we do have the 4K at 30 FPS. And of course, one of the coolest things when it comes to these cameras, when it comes to these phones, is the fact that you can actually use the display over here to go around your phone to take some photos, and also to just go and use this as well. So you can actually use the display, as you can see here, really cool. You can use it as a stand or whatsoever. In case if you want to use it as the rear camera here, you can do so as well. So you can see here, you have the cover display. So in case if you guys want to take a nice selfie or a nice rear camera, you can use all of this here as well. Really fun to play around with this phone. And of course, as I mentioned, with these flagship phones, you do have all your flagship features as well. Alright guys, so that is it with the Honor Magic V2, a phone that I'm really excited to check out as my daily driver over here. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this phone, if you guys have any thoughts and opinions as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, do click the like and smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.